In our study on what Jesus taught, we have come to Matthew, the 12th chapter. Before I get into that, see the books behind me here, for you that want to really do some Bible study, some deep Bible study. Yes, right here is the theological workbook of the Old Testament words, a 2-volume set, wonderful as far as understanding the words in Hebrew of the Old Testament. I have back here, of course, Strong's Concordance in the King James Version, giving you every place where a certain word is used, and then it gives you the Greek and the Hebrew at the back of the concordance as well. Nave's Topical Bible, it puts biblical topics for you and gives you the verses written out. Maybe about 80-90% of the verses on that Bible topic written for you. Nave's Topical Bible. We've got a study in the New Testament words here also. And back here, we have got Clark's Bible Commentary, a 3-volume set. It's very good, Clark's Bible Commentary. I've also got the set of the Interlinear Bible, the Hebrew English, the Greek English. It's the Interlinear Bible by Green. Berry does have an English, Greek English New Testament, but Berry has the 4-volume set of the Old Testament and the New Testament, the Hebrew, the English, the Greek, and the English by J.P. Green Sr. Very good indeed also. And then for the Bible commentary that I would recommend is the best Bible commentary, Protestant Bible commentary, and certainly as far as the New Testament goes. As far as the New Testament goes, I will recommend to you as the best is indeed Barnes' Bible commentary. I have the whole 12-volume set, Old and New Testament, but his New Testament commentary is excellent. And I certainly would recommend then Albert Barnes' Bible commentary, especially the New Testament. I'll use it again in a moment. We have come to Matthew chapter 12. We're going to pick it up in verse 9. And when he had departed, he went into the synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had a withered hand. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? That they might accuse him. And he said unto them, What man of you among you, that you have a sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold and get it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore Jesus said, It is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. Verse 13. And he said to the man, Stretch forth your hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, that they might destroy him. Jesus taught how to keep the Sabbath day. He did not do away with the Sabbath day. He taught you in the Gospels how to keep it. He had debates with the scribes and Pharisees, Sadducees, on how to keep the Sabbath day. He never debated with them that the Sabbath day was done away with, or it was going to be done away with, or it didn't matter anymore. The Sabbath day, my friends, is part of the great 10 commandments. And as Albert Barnes says in his Bible commentary, you cannot do away with one of the 10 commandments. Verse 15. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known. that it might be fulfilled which is spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. And he shall not strive, nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and a smoking flax he shall not quench or put out, till he send forth judgment into victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. Now this is where I will go to Barnes' Bible commentary. Verse 19, he shall not strive. This is what Barnes says. He shall not shout as a warrior. He shall be meek, retiring and peaceful. Streets were places of concourse. The meaning is that he should not seek publicity and popularity. Verse 20, a bruised reed. The reed is an emblem of feebleness as well as of fickleness or want of stability. A bruised, broken reed is an emblem of the poor and oppressed. It means that he would not oppress the feeble and the poor, as victorious warriors and conquerors do. It is also an expressive emblem of the soul broken and contrite on account of sin, weeping and mourning for transgression. He will not break it. That is, he will not be severe, unforgiving, and cruel. He will heal it, pardon it, and give it strength. Now Barnes goes on to say, smoking flax. This refers to the wick of a lamp when the oil is exhausted. The dying, flickering flame and smoke had that hung over it. It is an emblem also of feebleness and of infirmity. He would not further oppress those who had little strength. He would not put out the hope and life when it seemed to be almost extinct. He would not be like the Pharisees, proud and overbearing and trampling down the poor. It is expressive also of the long-suffering graces of the people of God. He will not treat them harshly or unkindly. The oil of grace, and he will kindle it into a blaze. Till he has put forth judgment unto victory, Barnes says this. Judgment here means truth, the truth of God, the gospel. It will be victorious. It shall not be vanquished. Though the Messiah is not such a conquering person as the Jews expected, yet he shall conquer. Though mild and retiring, he will yet be victorious. Some very fine comments by Albert Barnes. As I said, in my view, the New Testament, Albert Barnes has the best commentary ever written on the New Testament. Let me say that Albert Barnes is not 100% correct on everything, but for a Protestant Bible commentary, Albert Barnes, in my opinion, is one of the, if not the, best commentaries. Verse 22. Then was brought to him one possessed with the demon, blind and dumb, and he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb spoke and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, Is not this the son of David? Isn't he just a man? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This fellow does not cast out demons, but by Beelzebub, the prince of demons. And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against cannot stand. And if Satan casts out demons, if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? And if I by Beelzebub cast out demons, by whom do your fathers cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. Yes, some of the people of God in the past were able to do like miracles. We find some in the Old Testament where miracles were done by some of God's people. 28. But if I cast out demons by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come to you. He was saying, can't you see the things that I'm doing? Prove that I am the Son of God. The kingdom of God then is right before you. Can't you see it? And they couldn't, or they didn't want to. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his goods? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathers not with me, he scatters abroad. Jesus' words are in the New Testament. What he taught, what he preached, how he lived is in the New Testament. If you, my friends, are not with him in what he taught and how he lived, and if you are not following his example of how he lived and what he taught, you are against him. It is just that simple. It's time for people, so-called Christians, they use the Christian name. It's time for Christians to get their nose in the four Gospels, as well as the rest of the Bible. It seems that many, too many, are reading about this part of the Bible, that part of the Bible, and they neglect reading the Gospels. It's crazy. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ, one of the first things that you will want to do is read the words of Jesus Christ. And today we have red letter New Testaments. You can find all the words very easily in a red letter New Testament, all the words of Christ in red. It is time to put your nose into the Gospels and see what Jesus taught and how he lived. And then you likewise should be able to teach what Jesus taught and live as Jesus lived. It needs to be done. This is an evil generation that we are in. We are coming down to the last days, and we need to be more like Christ. And as Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ.